Hi everyone, welcome back to another 10-minute tea break with Carl. A series of videos really where we take some time out of our busy day to connect with fellow bloggers, affiliate marketers, YouTubers. We have a drink, we have a quick chat. Today I'm rocking the dinosaur mug. Don't know if you like that one. Today I've got a very special guest. It is Jason from the Affiliate School. I've known Jason for quite a while. I followed him on his YouTube channel. I love what he's doing, particularly around affiliate products. And I know Jason is a big fan of attending events and conferences and things like that. So I thought it'd be really good to get him on the channel today. So yeah, let's welcome Jason and let's find out what Jason's been up to. Hi, Jason.
Hi, Carl. Thanks for inviting me on today. Very excited to be here. I love the background, by the way, the affiliate gathering lights. Looking good.
I'm just thinking we're very similar. We've got the sound panels on, haven't we? Yeah, just got a nice...
Yours looks a bit cleaner than mine. I need a little bit of a tidy up, I think.
Well, I've been struggling with my whole camera setup for the last few weeks. So I think I've finally got something that looks reasonable. So, Jason, we've got a few questions for you. A lot of people have submitted some questions and a lot of people have asked me to touch on a few subjects. So first of all, just tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so yeah, my main sort of day-to-day is affiliate marketing. So I've got a portfolio of affiliate websites, about 9 or 10 currently. And I also run the Affiliate School YouTube channel where I share tips and kind of document my journey a little bit, a few case studies thrown in. So yeah, in a nutshell, that is me. So in the trenches, day to day, churning out content, working with writers, and yeah, working predominantly on affiliate offers.
Yeah, I know you're pretty big on the affiliate rather than kind of display ads. I know we're in two different kind of sectors of the industry. It's one of the reasons I really like reaching out and talking to you because you have a lot more experience in the affiliate marketing side of it rather than display ads. So another question we've got here. So what have you been working on kind of last year and maybe the first couple of months into this year?
Yeah, so 2022 probably for me was more about age domains. So that was what I started to dabble in a little bit more. Had some really good success with a couple of age domain projects that are still running now and still performing well. And yeah, in 2023, I've not really dabbled too much in AI yet. It's not a closed door for sure, because obviously it is such a big thing and it's definitely going to become part of my process, but that's still to come. I'm not quite at that stage yet. So this year, a couple of new projects that I've started, and probably one of the more exciting ones is a travel blog. And purely that is just to get my wife involved in the kind of business a little bit more. So yeah, she's not interested in a lot of the topics that my other sites are in. So it took travel to kind of get her interested in it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. I've got travel. I've actually got 2 travel websites, and I think these are the first ones that I've been focusing on affiliate products. So, hotels.com, booking.com. And I'll say I'm super, super excited. I've got the booking.com working quite well now. I've just been accepted into Expedia, which is quite difficult to get into. And I've noticed the last few days, we're getting into kind of maybe the holiday season. I've just really looked at my dashboard. I've got 18 commissions in the first 15 days of the month. Now that's surprised me. I expected 2 or 3, but we're up to, we hope might get near 30 commissions, which is fantastic. So it can be a bit of a slog. It can be quite hard work sometimes. So a question we always get asked, and I do actually like to ask this because a lot of people have different opinions. How do you keep yourself motivated when maybe things aren't going right or commissions are slow?
I think that's a great question. And I was just going to kind of touch on the fact that you talked about 2022, 2023. One of the big things through last year really was Google updates and how they impact on your sites. And particularly towards the back end of 2022, I had a couple of sites that did take a little bit of a hit, but not to the extent where they were completely obliterated. But then in 2023, they've started to come back. So it's a really good question. How do you stay motivated, particularly in those times when your back is up against the wall and you've taken a bit of a hit? But for me, I don't know. I think you've kind of got to have it a little bit inbuilt. I think there's a little bit of kind of mindset there, and I've always been very focused and very driven. But yeah, it is a difficult one because kind of my day to day is sat in this office on my own, there's not many people to talk to and have chats with. And I suppose that's where, again, we kind of cross over to events like the Affiliate Gathering. And I think there is a part of that. So I've become a lot more involved in Twitter, for example, and YouTube over the last 18 months. And I think that has helped, because if you are facing a little bit of an issue, or there's something that you can't overcome, or even just sometimes something goes wrong, and you can put it out on Twitter or on YouTube or to an email list and say that, and you'll get emails back and you'll get tweets back that, yeah, I've had the same thing, and this I did this, or I did this, and all of that. I think community helps. So try not to isolate yourself too much, but I do also think you have to kind of have that mindset of I can work, and the self-discipline to do it.
I think the self-discipline is key. I know when I first started, my wife still arcs on about this. She'll still say, the first couple of years, you just sat on the sofa while I watched telly on an evening. You just sat on the laptop till like 3 a.m. every day. And you just relentlessly did it. And when I think back to some of the times where, maybe my sites didn't take off, and I just think to myself, how did I just keep going? I can't actually believe that I did. But I think, like you said, there must be an inner will to succeed, or a business sense. I don't know what it is, but there is something that drives you to keep going. And
absolutely, I think you kind of got to keep going with that as well. So it's very easy to probably commit to something like that for a month, but a month isn't really enough in this game, as we know. So for me, there was definitely a period of 6 to 12 months where I did exactly the same as you. I was up until 2 a.m. and then I was getting up at 6 a.m. to go to work the next day. But that's not sustainable in the long term. But if you can take that short-term pain, then it, in the long term, it can really pay off. And now my day-to-day is so flexible, and I can walk the kids to school, I can pick them up, I can go and have lunch, and do that for an hour or two, or take the whole day off if I want to. So that's the payoff, and I suppose that all helps feed into that motivation for sure.
You mentioned the Affiliate Gathering, so you went to the Affiliate Gathering last year. Question I've got here that I love to ask people. So what did you take away from last year's event?
I think for me, the big thing was just the community side of it. So the talks were great. There was some really interesting talks, particularly around processes and things like that. But for me, it was the networking opportunities, and it was even just chance networking opportunities and just chance conversations. So the fringe events, I would, if people are kind of sitting on the fence as to whether to go on the Thursday night and get involved in fringe events, I would definitely say it's worthwhile going to those. I've signed up for as many as I could for this one. And I went to them last year, and that was brilliant. But then again, at the event itself, what I really liked was there were so many opportunities to break out and have these little conversations. And I think what you've added this year with the focus networking zone, I think that's going to be great, because if you've got something specific that you want to talk about, like AI, for example, or link building, then you can go into that zone and you can just network with people, and they're all there for that exact purpose. And for me, it was just about seeing that community, and I suppose that was kind of the ethos behind it in the first place for you, with calling it the Affiliate Gathering. It's about getting people together.
Yeah, 100%. Friendly, relaxed gathering is what I love. I hate kind of formal things. If I'm going to a wedding or christening, I hate kind of the formal things. But when somebody says, it's just a few people meeting down the pub for a chat, great, I'm there. And that's kind of what we wanted to keep this as friendly, as relaxed as possible. It's inclusive. Everybody, is welcome. Beginners, and people who haven't even started a website, right up to top level affiliate marketers. I remember last year there was a conversation with two people, and I kind of snuck in on the conversation, and it was somebody who hadn't even started a website, and a lady that was earning £5,000 like a month. It was, and they were talking to each other, and she was inspiring him, and he was asking her questions, and it was great. And
sorry to interrupt. I think for me, it's just as valuable for the person that is at that level and having those conversations with people that are not at that level yet, because it does take you back, and it makes you self-reflect on what it took to get you to that point, as well as the fact that it's just nice to help people, and see them grow. And I made some really good contacts last year with people that I've stayed in touch. There's one guy who I met at the Fringe event on the first night, and then we went out on the Friday night again. And I've stayed in touch, and I've kind of mentored him this year in this last 12 months. So we've had monthly check-in calls. And for me, that's just as valuable for me as hopefully it is for him.
Oh wow, that's incredible! Yeah, so you're helping him through now from the lessons you've learned, and you met him at the Affiliate Gathering. That's
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah,
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, we had some smaller fringe events, some kind of local meetups. We had one in London, we had one in Manchester, and again, yeah, very similar there. I met somebody who'd flown in from Singapore all the way for one day in London. It's
amazing.
crazy, and I've kept in touch with him, and I've said the same. Listen, I'll help you. Not so much mentoring as such, but I'm there for you. I'm at the end of the phone call if you want.
Yeah,
And
and
that's
that's invaluable.
from,
Yeah,
oh, absolutely. And for me, it was as well, because like you say, it's motivating for me to see other people succeed. I just love it when I hear somebody say, "Hey, Carl, watch one of your videos and I've just earned an extra $100 a month." It's just brilliant. It is really, really good. So we're near at the end of the 10 minutes, Jason. I'm not going to keep you too long. Just want to ask you one more question. What are you focusing on this year? Is there anything different you're going to do this year? You mentioned AI. Is there anything you're doing different this year?
I may start looking at AI in the second half of this year. I think it's been such a fast moving environment at the moment. There's still a lot to learn. There's still, yeah, I'm not quite at the point where I was ready to commit to that yet and bring it into my current portfolio. If anything, I'll be testing it on newer sites. It's not something I'm comfortable bringing into an existing portfolio that is performing really well at the moment. So it's more of the same, really, to be honest, at the moment. I will probably consider display ads at some point, particularly for the travel site, because I'm very aware that there's going to be content on there that will be very difficult to monetize through affiliate. But for the most part, yeah, it's affiliate, doubling down on that. I am also looking at a little bit of foreign language SEO. So there's certainly opportunities in some European countries like France, Germany, and they're not particularly well exploited in the niches that I'm in. So there's opportunity there. So that's another thing that I'm looking at. But yeah, it's very much continue more of the same. And touch wood, this month so far is looking like it'll be a record-breaking month in terms of revenues, which is just, I mean,
well done.
Yeah, it's unreal. So I don't, if it's not broken, I don't need to fix it. So.
100% with the AI, I would not be an affiliate marketer and a YouTuber that talks about affiliate marketing if I didn't test what's out there, what possibly could be heavily influencing our industry. So yeah, I am testing AI out. I'm exactly like you. The two sites that I've got working really well, why am I going to risk them? I'm not touching AI on those sites at all, but I am playing around with it. I'm seeing people can use AI in a lot of different ways. And this is what we need to get our heads around. It's not just write me 1,000 words and publish it. There's a lot of things that tool can do that I'm experimenting and playing with. So yeah, a video as well for me. Are you doing anything? I know you do video on your YouTube channel. Are you doing video on any of your travel sites?
Yes, that is actually a good point. Branding is probably the big one. So I started a YouTube channel on the Age Domain side that I mentioned earlier, and that has started really well. That's actually started earning money. There's only 5 videos on there, and it's making it. I think in the last month it made about 150 quid, which for a YouTube channel with 5 videos, it's probably made more than the affiliate school has. And I put a lot more time and effort into that. So I've got another site that I really want to get the branding sorted, and actually had a chat with the guy yesterday who's going to come on and kind of be the face of the brand. And he was at your Manchester event, actually. And he was saying really good things about the Manchester meetup. So yeah, branding is the big one, and trying to get a little bit more video, just authenticity behind all of my niche sites. I kind of don't really like the term niche site. I prefer the term authority site, because that's the way I approach most of my sites. I want them to be seen as an authority, as a brand in their own right, not just a site that's trying to leech off keywords and things like that. So, of course, Google search is important, but I think if you can have a multi-channel presence in terms of YouTube, social, Google, you're giving yourself that protection a little bit more as well. And also for me, it's just good to see that there are other ways to make affiliate income, like I say, through YouTube, through social, through email, rather than purely just through organic search.
Jason, I won't keep you. We've actually run over about 13-minute tea break, so we've treated ourselves today to a little bit of a break. Thanks very much for joining us, Jason. So yeah, you will be there obviously at this year's Affiliate Gathering. I can't wait to see you. You are on the Q&A panel as well.
Yes, I am. Yes, thanks for asking me. I'll do my best to answer any questions as openly and honestly as I possibly can. But really looking forward to the event, and hopefully the sun will be shining.
Yeah, it always does in York. Well, usually it's flooded. But thanks very much, Jason, for joining us. And remember, tickets are still on sale for the Affiliate Gathering. I will leave a link to Jason's YouTube channel in the description, and also links to the tickets. There's only a few weeks now, so if you want to join us there, friendly, relaxed event, come and see us in York on the 19th of May. Thanks very much, Jason. I'll talk to you very soon.
Thanks, Carl.